Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrappy and Kane. Today I'm sharing two more layouts using the Echo Park Collection Summer Vibes. I really loved this collection and I'm going to use majority of what's left on this sticker sheet. I will leave the swimsuit and both of the cars. This sticker sheet I brought in because I thought I would use a few more of those. I end up not using any of those, and I'm going to go to a go-to design that I do when I have a lot of scraps left, but I still love the papers. And it's punching out a lot of circles, and then you put them around a border around the layout. So that's what I'm going to do for the very first layout. The second layout is going to be two photos of my son on field day playing on a slip and slide, and that's gonna be the final layout. So for the total of how many layouts I got with one collection was 4 single layouts and 3 double page layouts. So I think I definitely got my money's worth of the $5 I spent for this collection from Echo Park. So here I'm just showing you all of the scraps that I have left, and I have one like 12 by 12, which was that one there. And I do use a piece of that 12 by 12, and then the stripe one, I did put it into my Echo Park collection, but I don't know that I'll ever use it. If I don't use it here soon, I might just put it into the recycle bin. I did tear it, so it's not a complete 12 by 12 by the time I get done, but I haven't decided if I'm going to toss it or if I'll keep it for right now. So here I'm going to get started on putting the circles around the layout. You can see I already have them punched out, and I punched out as many as I could with all of the colors that I had left. I did try to keep, I knew I was doing the other layout, so I definitely wanted to keep some of those papers so I could map the photos on the next layout. So I was kind of not using basically the orange paper, the darker orange and the brighter orange, but I had a lot of that paper left, so it was okay. I was still able to bring enough orange into this layout, and I think it turns out fine. You saw me rip off the circles and put them back down. What I'm trying to do is go in a certain order, but not the exact same order. Like, I don't want it to be exactly the same order all the way around, but kind of sort of do to make it look correctly. But I don't want any of the same colors or designs right next to each other. So there is two polka dots. There's the polka dot on the white, and then there's the polka dot that is tone on tone orange, basically. So I don't want those two next to each other. And then I also don't want both of the orange ones next to each other or any of the 3 orange ones next to each other. And then I didn't have a whole lot of the green or the blue, so I want to make sure that I put each of those colors around the layout, and then the stripe paper brings in all of the colors together. So I really like this technique. I probably have 5 or 6 layouts, different layouts, all different because each time I do it, it's different. And some of them I've even used 2 photos instead of just one, or um, I think that's the only time. Yeah, I think I've only done 2 photos or 1 photo on them, but it always turns out really neat. And you could even turn it portrait or landscape. Majority of the ones I've created, I believe, are landscape. But again, I just like using it up, especially if I love the papers, because none of those scraps really that I had left were enough to either mat any more photos with or to use on their own. But all together, I love them. So I just wanted to go ahead and create this layout, and I'm going to use one of my favorite 3 by 4 cards that I hadn't used yet. So I'll get it used on this layout here in a minute once I get done putting all these circles down. And then I'm also going to add a title to this layout, but I don't add it until I turn the camera off. I couldn't decide what I was going to use or what letters I was going to use. I end up going with silver letters that are from my stash that are thickers. and then Doodlebug letters that are in white. So it just says just chilling. So here's where I'm going to bring in a lot of those 3x4 cards also, and the leaf paper because I really liked the leaf paper. I'm going to add it down at the bottom of the photo. I added one of those waves that I cut, I believe, with the very first layout that I did. And that was a cut file from Scrapbook Generations, and it's a wave cut file. So I went ahead and used that wave there down at the bottom of the photo. And then I put all the cut aparts behind the photo to layer up. And that was just, again, to use them up, but also to add more colors behind the photo. So then it wasn't just the plain paper behind the photo. This is my favorite 3x4 card that I wanted to go ahead and use. It just says summertime, no bad days in the sunshine, which I thought was kind of cute for a little photo of him chilling in the sun. We were waiting for the whistle so you could go back in the water. They had like a little breakout where you have to get out of the water. And here are the close-ups. I have a little cooler and sunglasses. I added the popsicle and swim trunks and the other sunglasses. And then there's the title, Just Chillin'. So hope you guys enjoyed this layout. I will have one more coming up just in a minute. Here we go. I'm going to get started on the second layout. This one's going to be portrait. And I did use that wood grain paper that I had, but it was just shy of 8.5. So I needed to add this border on the side of it, but it works out perfectly. I really do like this paper, not the green side, but I like the other side with the tells. But I just don't use papers like that very often, and this one here I thought was kind of fitting over here on the side, and it was okay to use. It has all of the colors, and it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and use it, and I think it turns out pretty cute. But I definitely would not use the entire 12 by 12. So again, I don't know if I'll keep that paper or if it will go in the recycle bin. But that's pretty much the only sheet I have left. Everything else is really scraps. Smaller than 2 by 2, and it all went into the recycle bin. So here's where I'm matting the photos. I did mat them on white cardstock first, and then I'm going to put them on the two orange papers, the brighter orange and then the darker orange. And then I have another one of the cut aparts that I thought were cute, and it just says, "Let the sunshine in and let summer fun begin," which I thought was kind of fitting for this photo because these again are from his field day at school, but they used to call it beach day or water day. And they would come to school in their swim trunks and bring a towel and be ready to play outside basically all day long. And this was their last like big activity before the end of the school year. So what back in the day we would call field day, this is what they would do for that. There's no ribbons or anything like that. They just went out and played in the water. And I am going to put that uh, little saying on another 3x4 card, this one here. I really liked this one too, but I just didn't have a place for it. So I trimmed down the other one, and I'm just layering up these scraps behind it to add a little bit of dimension to it. And I'm going to put it right on top of the blue paper. So it's going to have like a blue frame around that cut apart. And then I'm going to add those last few little waves that I have there. And I also brought in some wood veneer from Shandy's Etsy shop. And I'm not going to color them, which is unusual for me. Usually I color all of my wood veneer. But these ones I decided they looked better not colored. And I'm just going to add them around the little title piece, and then I'm going to put a little wood veneer sun up there on the yellow paper at the top. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to add these little waves down here at the bottom. I really thought they were cute, and since I already had them cut, I went ahead and just put them on the layout. And I think in the end, it kind of just finishes it off down here at the bottom, and it adds a little special detail down there. I don't think I would have added them if I didn't have them. I wasn't going to go out of my way to cut them, but I definitely like the addition of them. So here I'm adding the little sun, and then over here I'm adding the little crab, and then a little pail with sand and a shovel in it, and then there's a little towel that I'm going to add for the last one. And again, I just thought it was kind of cute, and I really like the way the layout turned out. I'm moving my sun up there because I'm like, it looks weird, but I think it looks weird because it has the little sun in the middle of it. But it's okay. It's done, it's finished, and it is in his album complete. So I'm really happy with what I was able to create with this collection. Like I said, getting 4 single layouts and 3 double page layouts with one collection, I think is amazing. And I did add in probably 5 or 6 other 12 by 12 papers for backgrounds. And basically, they were either wood grain backgrounds or just like a plain colored background. I'm just going to clean up my desk here so I can show you what I actually have left. And what I really have left is these 2 pieces here. I did keep the orange piece, the fun in the sun, went in the recycle bin, and the other paper, like I said, the Tella one, I couldn't decide if I'm going to keep it or not. And here are a few close ups. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Please let me know if you'd like to see me kill another collection or use an entire collection up like this again. Thanks. Bye.